All right, hello. We're gonna start session 3 here soon. Yeah, we have a new player. Her name is Brooke. She's relatively new, so just bear with us as we're gonna do this out. All right, Julio.
Corporation with
All right, hey
brand
guys.
loyalty and
Are we
ruthless
missing Emma?
competition.
Skira?
Emma's here.
Huh?
Who are we missing? Who are we waiting on?
Waiting on Brooke.
You?
Waiting on me.
Well, we're also waiting on Brooke technically because Brooke
Okay.
hasn't.
Here, everyone, take a look at Roll20. I'm gonna show you guys net stats.
And be more prone to get up steady space. Get
Boring.
Can you all see?
back.
Can you all see net right now?
Where?
what?
It should be on your screen. I
coming
just
home
clicked
from
show
Grandma
two
Games.
players.
Why are you showing everyone net?
So the 20th.
Where would this be shown?
Are you
It's
on
just
the
on
right
the
screen?
It's on the main screen.
Should have a couple things.
Can you all see
Wait,
Like, just the avatar?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Never mind. All right.
No.
Cool.
Experiment for space systems.
All right. So everybody, hello.
Ah.
We have a new player.
Basically,
Hi.
Hello.
all the newest, latest
Welcome
things
to-
that are going on.
I am a D&D noob
for the Black.
Yeah.
in advance.
Tell
Eric
this is a problem, and we're told,
Hey,
all
Skylar,
right,
what's Eric doing?
start designing.
I don't know.
All right. So
Might be
where we
Design.
last left
Our
off,
problem was to
is-
submerge a vehicle in the.
if I remember correctly,
Right.
you all were heading back to
Vehicle
the
surface.
the
See
mansion.
their operating base have a surface.
You all were heading back to the
It
Atara
would've
mansion.
been if we
Correct?
hadn't
I
had
didn't hear
all
what you
this
said.
stuff.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hey, Skylar, can you turn on
go-
push to talk? Cause Eric. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, so you were heading back to the Ataran mansion, but to dispense justice, if I remember correctly. Right?
What?
I don't. I am following them. Yes. I think that's.
We were going back so that we, in Hierarchy's mind, we were going back so that we could distinguish who was telling the truth, as well comparing, again, in Hierarchy's mind, the guard's word, Atali's word, and villain's word.
Correct. All right, cool. That's where I thought. Okay, so and then the scene will actually fade in on Brooke. Would you please describe your character and tell us how to say her name?
My character's name is Azatha. I'm a tiefling bard, and I haven't really wrote out a whole backstory or anything, so I
That's
don't
fine.
really
You
know
can,
what to say.
as
for
you
her.
write it out, you can send it to me.
Okay.
But you're pretty much in the city, and like, do you pretty much look like the picture?
Yes.
All right. So you, as you're entering the city, you receive a. You see a, which is really something really weird happens. A man whose skin is black as night, but with striking blonde hair, walks up to you and hands you like a little envelope saying, if you wouldn't mind, your presence is requested at the Ataran family house. We are a merchant family, and seeing as you are quite the exotic traveler, we'd like to potentially do business with you. And with that, he like bows and like runs off.
Cool.
And it gives you, of course, like
Um,
directions and stuff to the house.
So I would choose to read the letter and then hopefully then attend the house meeting or whatever.
Yeah, okay. So you start making your way over there, and this city is, think ancient Egypt, but with black sandstone and gold. And with that, we'll cut to the other group, and we'll have you meet the party here in a moment. So, because the party will will be there before you. So, everybody else, you all make it to the mansion. Now, what exactly does this look like? And did anyone request any like additional guard presence or?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember, Hiroki was letting the guards know that if Atali and Villain see each other, they would probably be at each other's throats.
Yeah. All right. So what? Can you guys stop drawing on the map, please? I will disable drawing privileges. I learned how to do that. Some drawing's okay, but if you're gonna be ridiculous, I will disable the range finding tool as well.
Wait, but that's actually a useful one.
Yeah, but just spamming it's getting annoying. So yeah, you guys come back to the mansion, and so what you guys do? All like, did you guys want this to be like set up like a meeting in like the room with the family, or like how did you guys want to do this? Or I guess Emma, you're the one who accepted the task, I think.
I think the way that I'd say it is to have guards kind of posted in whatever rooms there's the two parties at question are involved in.
Yeah.
And then probably have them go to those rooms.
Okay.
Like the interrogators go to those rooms.
So you're
like,
asked to come along. You're asked to basically ask the questions because you were hired as an investigator.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, like, specifically with the guard that was laying down unconscious, who screamed at us what was going on before he passed out.
Yeah. So you want to question the guard first.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you? So the guard is sitting down in like a room with a table, and it's one of the more like plain rooms. It looks like they've emptied out one of the bedrooms and just like set it up with like a table and stuff. So what do you ask?
I ask him to recount events from when he walked into the room.
So he says, well, I was called into the room by Master Derek.
Darren.
I was called into the room by Master Darren, and I saw him being held by the Goliath woman. They exchanged some heated words, not all. I heard barely any of it. And then the Goliath woman stabbed him, and then I was attacked. Then I went to defend Master Darren, and I was thrown off the building. I was attacked, and I was thrown off of the building by the Goliath woman.
You had said that the Goliath killed Darren.
That does appear to be the case.
Might I ask
he was stabbed
how you saw this?
Because I was in the room, and
I'm saying
the
how
Goliath
the
woman
events
stabbed
leading up to that.
stabbed Darren, and then threw his corpse at me.
Oh.
Hold on, he was very much alive when he was thrown.
Yeah, but you threw him.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got knocked unconscious being thrown as well.
No, he got knocked unconscious on impact. He was very much awake while being thrown.
Okay, so Darren died upon being thrown at me.
Thrust upon.
Yeah.
So that is when you're saying Darren died.
From my perspective and from my understanding, yes. He died bleeding out of stab wounds in his abdomen and from trauma of being thrown at another person with the strength that only a monster could muster.
Okay, I think I've gotten your point of view from this. I'll go interrogate the others.
Who else are you gonna ask?
Probably the lady that was screaming in the garden too.
Okay, yeah. So she sits down and she's wrapped in a blanket and she's still definitely shook.
I mean, hasn't it been like a day?
Yeah, it's been a day, but
yeah,
still
that's
shook.
fair. It's still shook.
It's been a day.
Yeah. So I again politely greet her, whatnot. I'll ask her how she recalled the events from the day prior.
She tells you she saw the Goliath woman going into the house, and then nothing. She was just sitting drinking wine, and then she heard screaming, and then she saw a shadow, like a small figure clad in black clothes running, and the Goliath woman chasing after the small figure.
Okay.
She didn't really see much. She was also
Okay.
kind of day wasted.
Drinking wine in the garden. All right. Respectable. So basically, she sees what everybody else saw. I think at this point, it's basically comparing the guard's word, villain's word, and what's it? Tolly's word. Because we already got the stories from them.
Yeah. So the question is, what are you gonna do?
So I ask for like pen and paper, and I'll like write down like accounts,
Yeah.
their accounts individually, and hand them out to the person who hired me for one, and after I've like gone over them, and then I'll have him go over them as well, or her.
Have
depending
who
on
go over them?
The person who hired me.
Oh yeah. So the lady of the house, Lady Ataran, goes over them and she says, "What do you? I hired you as an investigator. Do you think this is enough proof to, or what do you recommend as action from here?"
What I recommend is having someone well versed in medical knowledge to know what actually killed Darren.
Are the
Are
rest of
any
us
of you
here?
well versed in medical knowledge?
I unfortunately am not. Do you know anybody that I can go ask for their expertise on this matter?
This is a city full of clerics. I'm sure there's somebody. Actually, there might be somebody coming. Mostly I had him coming as hopefully an executioner, but I'm sure he can suffice. And with that, we'll cut back to Azatha? Azatha. That's how you pronounce it, right?
She's in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
I'm back. What's up?
Azatha. That's how we pronounce your name, correct?
Yes.
So you end up at these gates, these big gates with these big decorative gates, and outside of the gates you see a man clad in golden armor. And he seems to be talking with one of the guards outside the gate.
Do I have to pass him to get inside?
Well, like there's somebody standing in his way. He's talking to like the guard at the gate.
Mm.
And this is the house where you were summoned to.
Okay, so I would probably like delicately interrupt the conversation to ask if I could pass.
The man, like, because he's like holding like his helmet like off like in his one of his arms, and he goes, "I'm just heading in myself. Please." And he like gestures for you to go in,
Okay.
and then he
And then
follows you
I
in.
enter. Cool.
And then you walk in upon this scene of, like the Clue murder mystery, like where everyone's in the same room and like everyone's like discussing like
Who done it?
yeah, the whodunit scene. You kind of walk in on that.
Excuse me.
Like Knives Out.
Is the giant thing in the room?
Yeah, on the other side of you with guards in between.
Still don't trust it.
So would the rest of you please go around and describe your characters? Starting with Adric.
All right. Well, Adric here, I'm a dwarf, 4 foot 7 inches tall. Got a nice brown beard with the same kind of twist in it as the one as Thor. And then I'm bald, and I'm in chainmail, and I've got a flail.
A very Asian-looking flail because he's from the not Asia country.
Next will be Anipe.
My name is Anipe. I am from here, which is not Egypt. I have incredibly black skin, incredibly black hair. I am solidly built, and I am an older female.
You should say what range, age.
Between 40 and 50.
There you go.
Yes, old.
Oh, fuck you.
Grandma, for all we know.
Stop calling me old.
Next will be Atali.
I see we're doing this alphabetically.
We are not doing this alphabetically. We are doing this in. Wait.
Wait, we have another
Yeah.
A name.
Wait, everybody's name starts with A. That's great.
Yeah. I don't think you understand. We're the A team now.
Except for Hiroki and Dylan.
Two very completely opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, so I am a pretty tall Goliath woman. Standing at 7'8", I believe. And I am I've got like tattoos all over, wearing light leather armor, and have a bunch of ropes all over.
Like the ropes are kind of your clothing?
No, they're just like wrapped around.
That would be
my arm.
far too.
Yeah, not quite there yet. Yeah, that's all. Anything particularly notable? David. I see.
Hiroki. Now you go.
Okay. Hiroki is a younger man. He's like probably
Sorry about
17.
that.
We've kind of taken over going over the
Which
order.
is what I kind of hoped for.
Yeah.
My soup is boiling over.
Oh, yeah. He does like to wear the completely Asian bamboo hat. He stands about 5'8", so not like too tall, also not like that short. He carries around a huge ass sword in a sheath, and it's clearly too tall to put on his back, so he just carries it in his hand. He doesn't side mount it. He just, again, carries it in his hand. He likes to wear a floral robe as a cloak on top of his normal gear, which at the current moment he's wearing not Egyptian clothes, but normally he wears completely Asian like training robes for like think kind of like karate. Like what you would wear in karate. I forget what they're called. And he's got
Geese? Or is that
it's similar. It's more on the Japanese side of things. And he's got his long hair usually tied up in a loose pony. He's from the not Asia region, if you couldn't tell. Oh yeah, he's an Azamar, so like occasionally in combat he'll sprout wings.
Oh yeah, I'm a normal human person.
All right, and I think last would be Villain Pride Bleed.
Yes. Villain is what we would call very short person man, who is definitely not a rat man.
Who is definitely a rat man, as we all
Definitely
figured it
not
out by
a rat
now.
man. definitely not a Ratman, because Ratmen
You
are
can't
hated,
tell.
hated.
You can't tell yet, actually, because no one's told you.
The people of the overworld hate Ratmen, so I am not a Ratman. I am usually skirting around, but I do have a pet bird.
Not a rat man.
Not a Ratman. Exactly.
The bird voiced by our lovely DM.
The bird is a raven. A
He's a
raven
bit of
with
an asshole.
blacker and with like a deep purple like feathered coat.
Cool.
And then I'm the only one who acts out my character. There's out of character where it's just me talking, and then in character, which is me in that voice.
I mean, my character talks normally, so it's hard for me to emulate a normal guy's voice.
So
Mine doesn't. So
I don't know how to emulate an ancient Egyptian accent, so we're just gonna leave it.
So the person who walks in, he's on his back. He's a tall human. Or he appears to be a tall human. Hiroki, you can make me a perception check. He's actually not a human. He's also an ASMR.
Nice. So his eyes are probably extremely gold or silver.
His eyes actually, you know the reddish gold kind of color.
Oh, like
Say that again.
more like a holy fire.
Yeah,
kind
like
of
a
deal.
holy fire. His eyes burn. His eyes are that intense color. And on his back he has a great sword. And his armor seems to almost glow, like radiant, like with a radiant glow.
Ah, yes, definitely not an ASMR.
I mean, when he introduces himself, he says, I am Archpaladin Tarval. I was called here to exercise justice. Who's in charge?
That's
Wait,
not.
Work up a
paladins
good
have
sweat.
truth-telling spells.
In the name of justice.
Truth.
He then turns towards you, Azatha, and he goes, who are you, and why are you here? I was informed of most of the people who would be here, but you are not on the list of people I was told to expect.
I
I was invited for dinner. What's going on?
was invited because I'm a foreign traveler and the owner of the house would like to do business with me.
Interesting. Well,
I think I'm here for entertainment purposes.
he nods. He goes, and then he looks around and he goes, so, who's the investigator here?
Hiroki will step forward and say, with the help of my comrades here.
All right, and let's see. Let's see if he notices that you are an ASMR. Perception. His isn't very high.
Definitely.
Oh, he rolled. Okay, yeah. So he like looks you up and down and like he nods. And then he says, well, do you have any findings to report to me? And if so, do you have a sentencing that you think appropriate?
He hands the papers over to the paladin of like the accounts that he has. He says, "This is what I found."
He holds
There are-
he holds his hand up to stop you and says, I apologize. I am asking for the verdict.
Yes, that's what I've.
Knowing the details, things get messy. Justice should be black and white. Should be definite.
That's what I'm getting to.
I'm just gonna be rolling my eyes.
It seems we have two conflicting tales and two wounds on the corpse. One of them we are unsure of which caused the death, but it seems that regardless, he probably would have died either way, which means, in my eyes, both parties are partly guilty. However, since both parties were seen as unintended, I don't think death should be their sentence. However, life should account for life. I think potential servitude.
He like strokes his like beard for a second. He's got like a very clean shaven beard. He turns towards you, Anipe, and says, he turns to you and what would the appropriate title for a monk be? For a member of a monastery?
Give me 1 second. Eric! Try to tone it down. No worries. Alright, say that again.
What would the appropriate title for a monk of your like stature, of like your status be? Is it like sister or is it like something else?
I mean, probably just all the equivalent of sister. I can look up the word for it.
We'll just say it's sister for now. He said he like, sister, what is your recommendation? You who know our culture and our ways.
So, did I... Do I know that Atali was just sort of acting in... Wait, how the fuck was
I mean,
Atali
it's
acting?
known to you guys that, according to both accounts, it didn't seem the murder was intentional.
Okay. It doesn't seem like he intended to kill anyone. He definitely assaulted people, however. I think that I agree with my young friend here. I think that life must be accountable for life. Though it doesn't look like it was super intentional. Servitude seems fine.
And he turns towards you now, Atali, and he goes, what do you think? What is your side?
Tell me, warrior, is there a sense of... And I'll like
Say that
say,
again, Justin, you cut out.
tell me, warrior, is there a sense of honor in your culture? Is there a definition, is there a concept of honor?
Most
that
definitely.
transcends? Tell me, what does this honor bind you to?
My honor. My honor as a paladin of... Hold on, let me make sure I'm getting this faction right.
Chepsicut?
Yeah, Hepsikit. Fuck me, dude. Had to make the name so fucking difficult.
I literally just deified.
Just call it Hatch. Say Hatch if you can't pronounce it. We'll get it.
Actually, would he be... Yeah, he would be Hepsikit.
Because it's...
As a
I mean,
paladin
if
of
he's kind of
Hepsikit-
an executioner.
As a paladin of Hepsikit, and he says, my oath binds me to be honest, to be courageous, compassionate, to be dutiful, and to treat everyone with honor.
A noble goal. Well, warrior, my oath is to my tribe and my kin. That man, just
So
like...
what you're saying is if your tribe is going to send assassins down into our city, we should march to the Reach and end your tribe, and end all the tribes.
I'm not fucking done. That man stole my clan spear. The clan spear. I was sent to retrieve it.
You have not retrieved.
I
Have you retrieved
No.
your artifact?
No, I have
All
not.
you've taken is a life.
I have not taken anything. Was I trying to acquire information? Yeah. Was I gonna be soft about it? No.
But
He
you
was being
cannot come
uncooperative.
into our land and violate our laws without
Your laws
repercussion.
mean nothing.
My laws mean nothing.
I
How come
think
you're
you killed
standing
your
here?
character.
I came to retrieve what is mine, and mine alone. Killing him would have served no purpose in that.
Were you successful then?
No. He was killed before I could get any answers.
Killed by you, from what it seems.
I don't know what understanding of basic biology is. But there's a difference between unconscious and death. Inflicting a major wound on someone while they're unconscious and leaving them to bleed out will kill them. Knocking someone unconscious will not kill them. I killed no one. I have not killed a single soul within this city.
Then who do you accuse?
That rat fucking bastard.
You actually had to use rat bastard. I fucking love you.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get some soup.
Okay. Low-key, for a second there, I was thinking about using pyrotechnics. I was like, what if he's gonna...
If I die, I die. I will die in character.
New character. But yeah, according to the evidences, even if you didn't kill him, you would still be an accessory to murder.
I mean, we can work around if you didn't really kill him.
Yeah,
but
under
if it comes out that Viln killed him, then Viln's fucked.
Yeah.
Do we have the technology to assess that?
I mean,
We
it
have the
depends on how you
technology to
define magic.
assess who is telling the truth,
Mm.
which is the paladin standing before us, because paladins, depending on his level,
He's
have-
level 20.
oh, if he's a fucking powerful paladin, then he can just do the truth aura and ask people.
Oh,
Mhm.
now that you mention that,
And you are, yeah. So he,
Yeah, if you want to
well,
like cast,
However,
if we
this
wanna-
works better. This works better if both parties choose to fail the save. Because then it'll appear as though both parties are telling the truth, which means both parties are partially guilty.
Which would lead to
Which would lead to the servitude thing, which would allow you guys to travel with us.
well, if we really want to get to the bottom of this, I could just cast a zone of truth.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah,
Zone
yeah.
of truth.
I mean,
Paladins and clerics both. Because I think it's a spell that's on both lists.
he turns to you and says, "And you would be?"
I'm Adric Sunguard. I'm traveling the land on a pilgrimage.
A respectable and noble goal.
Thank you.
wait, did you actually just mention your name is Sunguard?
Yep.
Bold, man. Bold.
those are fighting words, my friend.
He also hasn't said of which sun god.
I mean, considering he's a dwarf with the name Sunguard, he's obviously not Aleutian.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the paladin didn't mention it. So
Maybe
But
he
there's-
converted. Maybe he
There's
converted.
still there is still, what do you call it, laws and stuff, and this is a paladin we're talking to who's very lawful, by the way.
He more so follows he more so follows the code of Hatshepsut.
Yeah, not less so Ka.
Yeah. So he turns
good
and
paladins
says,
are-
he says, I am also capable of doing this. But I think you, as part of their party, if you would like to, then I think that is the next step.
By all means, I'll do it myself. Well, you two, if you could not resist this, that would be for the better of everyone, I believe. And then I'll cast it.
Now, Villain and Atali, you have the options. It's
Nick, why is
DC
your
14.
fucking character sheet
I think
giving
DC
DC 11?
Yeah. Hold on, I'm fixing it. I'm also going to make it to where it shows the spell.
DC 11 no effect with the charisma save.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah,
All
okay,
right.
there we go.
I need to check through all of those. I might have missed a couple more.
Okay, so do you guys choose to fail or succeed? Or do you guys want to try and succeed?
I think you can choose my response by what I did.
I'm not resisting at all. No. I have my perspective, and I know it's.
You can choose your response. If you think that you are innocent and you had no harm, no foul, then by all
Yeah.
means, fail the
Yeah,
save.
no, I'm failing save.
Yeah,
So the
I'm
question is,
I'm choosing to-
do you
You're still choosing to fight it.
I'm still choosing to fight it.
does the
Okay.
caster know that you succeeded?
I honestly don't know. That's what I was wondering.
All right, so Nick, make me.
You know, it says you know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throw.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, so yeah, Nick, you succeed.
well,
Or villain succeeds. What does Adric do in response?
villain. Why did you resist?
I won't be pressured by any servant of that giant.
None of us are servants here.
I'll speak under the influence. I'll actually just laugh. I'll just laugh my fucking ass off.
Reasonable.
Oh, Paladin. One of them didn't.
Hiroki will then turn to Villain. If you truly believe you are innocent, it is in your best interest to fail this. Or to not resist this. It is not life-threatening.
Not by that dwarf. By the paladin, I will accept it. Yes.
The paladin like looks at you and then like nods, and then he'll cast Zone of Truth on you.
I won't resist now.
My god, this difficult.
And he then turns to you, Emma, and says, "You're the investigator. I will ask any questions I have, but now let's get some answers. And this is your investigation, so please proceed."
He just straight up turns to both of you one at a time and asks the question. So first he'll ask Atali,
Mm-hmm.
did you kill Darren?
No.
Then he'll ask Finn, did you kill Darren?
No, I did not.
That's a
And-
lie. Objectively. You even chose to crit his
I didn't know it would kill him.
Crit would
But
be
he
clean
objectively
cut.
killed him.
Actually, so the argument here, right, is there were a couple rounds between when he was knocked unconscious and when Villain cut his hand off. I
Yeah,
should have been
so in
making
Villain's
death saving
eyes, he
throws,
was-
but I was not. So it is ambiguous as to what actually killed him.
Yes.
I don't actually even know.
For both parties, they
So-
genuinely do not believe that their actions.
Both parties are telling their truth. That's
And then
what's important.
he turns to them and he goes, you know the effects of your spells.
Well, technically, neither of them can deliberately tell a lie.
Everyone make me a
And-
perception check. With disadvantage.
How do I do that again?
Just click the perception thing on your character sheet
Under
in the
skills,
game.
click perception.
Mm-hmm.
I think I succeeded.
I think I did as well.
At disadvantage. Lovely.
I get 20 at
Well, it might be above 20. That's the recommended. Yeah, there is your perception. Oof, you rolled a 4. So there are two numbers. The first number is what you would take, and the second number is if you have advantage or disadvantage, then it rolls twice.
All right, so
Okay.
Anipe and Villain, you both hear something in the distance. You hear something that sounds akin to a riot.
Oh God, no!
To a what?
A riot. Voices yelling in the streets, the clashing of steel. Let's see if the paladin notices this as well.
Oh wait, can Net also do it?
Oh
The
my
paladin
fucking God.
knows.
The
Holy
paladin
shit,
knows.
The paladin knows.
Yeah, I'll roll for Net as well. Perception. Yeah, Net also notices.
No, she's still on me.
Net would probably say something.
Yeah, the paladin like stops mid sentence and like starts listening, and Net goes.
Double nat 20. Jesus Christ.
Net just goes and like starts like making noise and like starts seeming restless and goes fighting.
What?
Fighting.
Fighting!
Fighting. There's no fighting right here. There's just conclusion.
I do hear something outside. It sounds like the din of a battle.
Clash. Yes.
What
Fight.
sort of battle would be fought now?
And as you all like, as this is all like noticed, like you guys look over and you see plumes of black smoke coming up from the main temple.
Oh no.
I swear to God, I sprint out. I am gonna see what the fuck is going on.
The paladin is running with you.
I
The
follow.
craftsmanship, and I run after.
Not the temple.
Hiroki tells the guards to keep an eye on Villain and Atali.
The guards
So, at
respond
this-
with, "This takes high priority. This will either not go resolved or will be resolved later."
This is fair.
And actually, the captain of the guard says, "If you help with this, I don't care who did it. I will absolve you both."
Hey, look! Time for absolution.
Yeah, I'll help along with this.
So is everyone running towards the temple?
Towards the commotion. Yes.
Yeah.
I of course am sticking to the shadows.
Nick, you can actually probably get there first if you want to use the Skaven tunnels.
Yeah, sure. I'll use the Skaven tunnels.
Okay. So you all will arrive a little bit after Nick. After Villain. So Villain, you poke your head up and make me a perception check. So what you see around you is dead guards and dead civilians, and what you see as you're looking around is, so you know that scene from Game of Thrones where like the golden harpies are like killing people?
Alright,
Yeah, I think so.
What you see is a silver mask with a crescent moon carved into the forehead in the shape of, in like the filigree of an owl. On like one of the dead bodies.
Are they? This is the person who's not from Azul.
This is an Absolution.
Oh, okay.
And when you look inside the temple, what you see is you know how I described the temple with the fires flowing down? Like the streams of fire flowing down the sides?
Yep.
That fire is gone.
Hmm.
They
Now, I
stole
do have-
the fire.
I do have a quick question though. Can I check the mask to see if it's actually made of silver?
It is made of silver.
Okay, I'm going to be pocketing that.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, do I notice that?
You're not
You're
there.
not there.
He used the Skaven tunnels to
Oh,
get there faster
yep.
than you. So add a Crescendia mask to your inventory.
Excellent addition to my collection.
And then, so you have about as much time to see all of that stuff as everyone else like arrives on the scene.
Yes, fire out. Fire out.
Fire out. So what do the rest of you do?
I ask one of the solutions, what is it? Why is it gone?
Oh, the Absolution that you took the mask off is dead, and there's nobody here. There's like maybe about 50.
I'm
dead
talking
people.
about in our party. There's two
Oh.
resolutions. There's the paladin, and there's Anipe.
They've taken the fires of Ka, which is not good.
Who would want to take it?
How the fuck do you steal a god's fire?
It's
I don't
a
know
relic.
what you want this to be, David.
It's a relic.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, basically, nudge paladin. What on earth did they steal for this to happen?
They stole. What would a fitting name for this be? I know what it looks like.
What is it?
It is a ruby in the shape of a scarab.
It would probably be.
An eye.
It depends on how big.
About 2 foot in diameter.
It would be. Yeah, that's pretty hefty, and probably something. I don't think I is the correct.
Hmm.
A cartouche, maybe?
We'll call
Or
it
is
the
that-
Blessing of Ka. For now.
Okay.
No, a cartouche is literally just like the box that you put a name in.
Interesting.
You're thinking Magic the Gathering cartouche, aren't you?
Well, I mean, I know roughly what they are, so yeah. It's an Egyptian-esque thing, so.
I mean, yeah, it sounds pretty Egypty.
Amulet of something?
It's not an amulet. It's just a massive gem that's been carved and enchanted.
Ka's heart?
It's not a heart, it's a scarab.
Well, right, but it could symbolize that.
It can still be an amulet if it was carved in the shape of something.
Well, an amulet isn't 2 feet
2 feet.
wide.
It can be to a god.
This is fair.
We'll call it the Favor of Ka. I think that's fitting enough. The
Yeah,
Favor
that
of
works.
Ka. And what it is from the legs, like it can produce Anipe, you would know this. It can produce basically napalm. Endlessly.
Jesus Christ. That's no good.
That's not very bueno. Also, I love how you guys have a war crime generator as your holy relic.
Well, okay, to be fair, Ka is an angry bastard.
He goes, I do not know. Ka is one of our most worshipped gods in this in our culture.
We have to find this. Falling into the wrong hands, it could spell disaster for more than just 1, 2, or even 100 people.
In the
Are
days
there,
of old, in the days of war, It was used to bathe entire fields in flame.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get up there.
Are there any non-Assolution bodies lying around?
No.
Or are there only the bodies of priests?
Guards, civilians, priests.
Hmm.
And then like some traders, like merchants, you know?
Can
Yeah.
we do a check to see if it looked like infighting?
What do you mean infighting?
Like if their wounds were caused by their own, basically?
Was it like more Assolutions killing each other?
Yeah, make me an investigation check. Or investigation check to just do a general investigation, medicine check to see, like, to examine the wound specifically.
I'll do both. Okay,
Oh,
my
that
investigation was 21 and my medicine was 5.
All right.
And Adric's medicine was 15. All right, between the two of us, I think we have a good idea.
So the wounds look fairly standard. Like, they look to be made by a variety of things. Swords, axes, knives, spears. But it looks to be the guards. The guards most of the wounds from the guards seemed to be taken by surprise and overwhelmed. That's what you guys gather.
Okay.
So they're just like standard weapons.
Can I go ahead and investigate the bodies? And because I know quite a bit about like history and the
Yeah.
cultures of like other places, I'd like to. Can I do like a history investigation, whatever, to see if I like see any markings or
Oh wait,
something
hold
that
on.
would
I
tell
might
me
have
who did
described this
this?
poorly. Yeah, sorry, Skylar. You can in 1 second. I want to clarify one thing. The guards look like that they were taken by surprise, and then everyone else just appears to be killed indiscriminately.
Were
Yeah.
there more of those masks?
No, there was only one.
Which none of us know.
I mean, it seems fairly obvious that it was a friendly attack then, or a sort, because I mean, like the palace format means that you can't exactly sneak in, so they were approached
Yeah.
by someone they trusted,
Well,
and
maybe
then
this is a rebellion.
Mm.
Is it possible for me to sense any magic or detect magic?
You can detect magic.
So do I just
Arcana
click
check.
on the?
Yeah, you're gonna you would have to spend a spell slot.
Spell slot to do it instantly, but if it's detect magic
be
and
right back.
because you're a bard, you can use your musical instrument as a casting focus if you take 10 minutes.
Yeah, actually, let me.
As a ritual
You
cast.
should have. Yeah, you should have all of your spell slots remaining. So, because you haven't cast anything today.
So do I just click on it?
Yeah.
The spell, yeah.
All right, and then so are you casting it as a ritual?
Yes.
All right,
With my violin.
What does your spellcasting look like? Because for a lot of clerics and stuff, their spellcasting is they're presenting their holy symbol and like a flash of divine light. But you're a bard.
For a bard, it's usually like playing their music.
Yeah, but like, is there any like specific ritual that you go through? That's what I'm asking.
I would say like playing my violin would reveal the magic to me as I'm also doing rhythmic movements, not necessarily dancing, but like
So like kind of like the snake charmer
moving
thing, but with
around.
your violin.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also like walking around the area as well.
Yeah, so your vision like lights up as you complete the spell.
Yes.
So where exactly are you looking? Because it's only got a 30-foot radius.
Yeah. And it's
I'm looking at
concentration
the two
10
guards.
minutes.
I'm looking at the two guards who were taken by surprise to detect and
There
see
were
if
more
there
than
was
two
any-
guards. There are about 12 guards and then about 30 or 40 civilians, and like between civilian there are about 30 40 like civilians and or like clerical members.
Okay, so I would focus in like the very entrance of the building where the original like impact took place for the guards, like where they were surprised, I guess.
There's no magic, there's no magic, but as you're like looking around, actually, even at this distance, because normally the spell only affects things within 30 feet of you, but at this distance, as you look up, because the fire from both towers are gone. Because the Favor of Ka is actually a scarab that's been split in half. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
So, and then you can see like residual magic coming from like the top of the towers where the Favor of Ka, the two pieces of the Favor of Ka were kept. And then, how close are you to your party members? Are you within 30 feet of them, is what I'm asking.
Yes.
You get, let me see. You see some magic radiating from Adric's holy symbol. And from Villain's bag.
Hmm.
What you see exactly is like the outline of a ring.
And does this have any specific school of magic, or is it just because it says also that I learned
Yeah,
like
if she
what
can
kind of
focus.
magic it is?
It would be enchantment.
No. It wouldn't be enchantment. It would just be traces of magic because you can't tell the schools of magic on magical objects. You can just tell that it is magical. Like there was a clarification on Wizards of the Coast kind of thing. Because enchantment means something else. Enchantment is stuff like psychic damage and stuff like that.
So from which object are you focusing on?
I would like to focus on the ring.
So from the ring, I'll say you get a hint of. Let me check something. I want to make sure I'm getting the school of this correctly. Conjuration.
Cool. Hmm.
But there's not really any residual magic around the bodies or anything.
Okay.
I'll drink most of it. But you can have some.
So, to seem useful to the other party members, I would like to say that I detected some magic, not from the attack or anything like that, but in Villain's bag with the ring. Low-key distracting, but...
What? The bard is telling us that there's a magical ring in Villain's bag. So Hiroki will raise a brow at Villain. We really got to get you to tell your name.
That
As I
have requested the hand and the rings. Remember that?
You didn't know that. Make me an intelligence
Wait.
check.
Wait, are you telling me I didn't see the rings?
No, you wouldn't know if it's magical or not, though.
No, I wouldn't know if it's magic, but I have requested the hand and the rings for another purpose.
Make me an intelligence check.
Okay. That would be... Wow, okay.
So you don't even remember that there were rings. You just know that he took the hand.
Wait. So, have we retroactively canceled my request?
No, we have not.
We'll say
David, that would be...
I don't know. Well,
That would be a little bit
Okay, you don't exactly remember how many rings there are. At least that much. With a roll that low, I'm gonna say at least that much.
Okay.
So I think that's fair.
I asked Villain what you got there.
I got it as a reward for my contract. I of course whisper this, not wanting it in anyone else's earshot other than Hiroki.
Ah. He nods in understanding and then turns and says, It's his.
It's shiny. It's ours. Can't have. Can't have.
I'm a fan of
I
the
love
bird.
how much Hiroki just gives people the benefit of the doubt. Like he believes both parties are very innocent. Both parties think they're innocent.
So at this point, Tarval, the paladin Tarval says, "I have to report to my superiors. If you continue to pursue this and report to me, and you report useful information, I will make sure you are rewarded handsomely."
Mind telling us where the relics were kept?
Atop the towers.
Can we look at that? Or, I mean, I have permission, but may they come as well?
I mean, I
Yes.
think at this point he
Yeah.
gave us express. He literally just gave us express permission.
Yeah.
As a holy artifact, it's probably best to ask anyways.
Yep, and I'm asking because it is a holy artifact.
He goes, "Of course, anything you need. If anyone gives you trouble, just send them my way.
And what is your name, good sir?
I am Arch Paladin Tarval."
Thank you.
And with that, he turns and he runs off.
Tarval. Alright, you guys want to investigate the towers separately? Or all together?
Let's
We
just
should
do it
probably
together.
go one by one.
I'll be looking
So
at
we'll
bodies.
go up one tower and then the other tower all together.
So, Justin, what are you examining the bodies for? Because you potentially, as both a ranger and a hunter, can glean different information off of them.
The most important would be the kind of wounds inflicted. Whether or not they were inflicted by melee weapons, ranged weapons, magical weapons.
Make
That
me an investigation check, but you have advantage on this.
Wait, with medicine, didn't you already tell me the types of weapons?
Yeah, mostly daggers.
That was the whole purpose of our investigation. Check.
Yeah, dagger. Well, he's. Yeah, you guys discerned that it was like daggers and stuff like that, like daggers, axes, and spears.
Okay.
I'd also like to make a note that I am at least.
Because Atali is a hunter. Oh, never mind. Sorry, Justin. None of you rolled high enough, and I'm just giving Atali another chance as a hunter to like discern what method was like used to like hunt these people, basically. Like what method of ambush was used, if that makes sense.
Wait,
And
a 21 on investigation wasn't high enough?
No.
Wait, is this supposed to be a medicine check or a investigation
This
check?
is investigation. This is a hard investigation check.
Damn.
Okay. Well, what's the direction from which they were attacked though? In front or behind?
Many of the dagger wounds were from behind, and so there are a couple arrow wounds or like crossbow bolts.
Yeah.
I mean, there'd also probably be crossbow bolts on the ground that were damaged.
Okay. But were they spear and axe attacks from in front, or?
Yes, but the spear and axe don't appear to be on the guards. They appear to be on the random civilians.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
I'd like to investigate the random civilians more.
Okay, yeah. What would you like to learn about them?
Basically, like, go through some of their pockets to see if they have like any faction
Gold?
things that are not from Hatshepsut Ka or Crescenda or anything like that.
Roll me investigation. And I'll say because the sheer number of bodies, disadvantage. Villain and Anipe, what are you guys rolling investigation for?
I just rolled because Skylar rolled.
Skylar,
I
what are you
am
rolling for?
investigating the rest of the complex and making sure that nothing else was stolen.
My roll is not a counted one.
Okay. So, Emma or Hiroki, you're going through the bodies and looking for stuff, and they just appeared to be here, here for worship. They appeared to be pretty normal. Are you going through every single body? Because that'll take quite a while.
No, I'm just going through ones with like the most severe axe wounds or most severe battle wounds.
Yeah, no, they just appeared to be people who were just like cut down, slaughtered. Anipe, you're investigating the temple itself?
Yep. I just want to make sure that nothing else was taken and to see if I just notice anything weird that got left.
So the main thing that what was taken was the favor of Ka, and then one of the statues of Ka, like on top of the temple was pulled down somehow.
So they destroyed the temple's iconography.
They destroyed one of the pillars of Ka.
Just one though.
Just one. It
Huh.
appears the second one has taken some heavy damage, but was not toppled.
Okay. It definitely seems like this was a dissenting
Merit,
faction.
the pillars of Merit seem unaffected, or at least unbothered, not disturbed.
Well, the protector god, she isn't really something that people would whack. But it is a relief that Merit is unaffected by this whole thing.
So Villain's gonna walk over to Hiroki and pull out the silver mask. How much do you think this is worth?
Put it back.
Back where?
You found it.
No, this is mine.
Is ours, shiny.
It's not yours. It belongs to these people. And if
And
they
with-
know
with
you'll have it, they'll kill
Hearing
you.
say that, Net will puff up her chest like birds do, and like hold out her wings and try to be intimidating.
I'm also going to be intimidating, following Net's example.
Do you think
How
that'll
much do you think worth?
Do you think that'll intimidate the paladin if he finds out?
Oh, can I not do an intimidation check?
You can if you want to.
Disadvantage, Nick.
Yike. Oh my god.
That's contested insight, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So Hiroki himself is intimidated, but again, he doesn't believe the paladin would be intimidated.
Yes, how much?
Your head?
My head worth a lot. I could sell this for a lot. Let's go sell.
Wait, don't sell your own.
Don't sell it.
So wait, Net,
Put it back.
Villain, who are you showing the mask to?
As Hiroki is checking out the bodies, I pull out the mask.
So, when everybody else is occupied investigating the rest of the tower, and I'm investigating
Sorry,
bodies
I
more.
didn't hear that. Net, who are you showing the mask to? Or Villain, who are you showing the mask to? Just Hiroki?
Pretty much just Hiroki. I mean,
Okay.
unless there's
So,
people checking
what-
the bodies with her.
Like, opened his bag and he goes, "How much do you think this will sell for?" So, like, I can see inside the bag, but
Yeah, okay.
anybody else would just think Villain's being weird. He. Wait, can I persuade you to put it back?
Yeah, I
Really?
don't see why not.
Alright, I'll persuade you to put it back, otherwise you might get yourself killed for it.
Nick, did you tell Hiroki that you found this on a person, or did you
Nope,
just...
I just asked how much do you think it's worth.
Okay.
Well, it's an artifact of Crescendo, right? And he already had like a, what do you call it?
It should be noted, Crescendia does not have a shrine in this temple.
Yeah, but I've toured this temple before, and on top of that, I know that that's a goddess distinct to this country, and Villain is not.
I mean, you can try to persuade.
I
do a
mean-
persuasion check. I don't.
Regardless of where it came from, I'm trying to persuade him to put it back. That could be from some random store on the outskirts of town.
I'd say do a persuasion check, and then what would I?
That's also insight.
Insight also. Okay.
So my persuasion efforts don't work on you. Which is basically how the exchange went down in character.
Yeah.
Yes. Sell lots.
So
Or
he doesn't know where from here you got it from, but he thinks you got it from around here. Not necessarily the temple.
Alright,
Which
so
is-
what are the rest of you doing?
I'm standing in the same spot.
Looking for intruders.
So you're just on alert.
I'm just chilling.
Adric, you're just on alert.
Yeah.
Make me a perception check.
Nice!
Holy shit, that's you needed an
Oh
equity
my.
size. So as you're scanning like the city, you see someone you see just a flash of movement atop one of the buildings in the like across the marketway from the temple, and you see him release a bird.
He releases a bird.
Yeah, and
How-
what's suspicious about him is he's standing. He's wearing it's midday, and he's wearing all black robes, which is unusual.
I mean, the only other person you know to do that is Villain.
Yeah, how far away are they?
400 feet, and they're not. They're a normal. They appear to be Azolution.
Alright. Who's nearby?
Who would be nearby?
I would probably, because I've stayed on the ground floor to investigate, and then
So,
Yeah,
villain.
wait. Who went up to investigate the pillars?
Me.
All right. So we'll get to you in a second. As soon as this is done. So what do you do?
I'm just.
You should notify
as a
the guy who can fly.
everyone. There's a suspicious person over on top of that building,
Do you point him out?
about give or take 400 feet.
Do I see him after he points
Nick,
him
he
out?
sees you gesture towards him, and he starts booking it.
Well, no, I
Jumping
didn't. I
across
didn't
the-
gesture. I'm just looking.
He sees you looking at him, and he books it.
From 600 feet away. Or 400 feet away.
I go find. Can I try to run?
Oh,
after?
did we see it before he, did we see the man start booking it? Because
Yeah,
he's
you
on
guys-
a
You guys all
rooftop.
see him start to run. He's not being stealthy.
Villain,
Okay.
can you send that after?
So I start running.
How fast is this man moving?
This man is moving. This man's booking.
It's hard to tell probably from
Yeah.
this distance. But I start dashing towards his location. And when I start,
If there are any like reasonably high places I can go through, I can move at about 145 feet per round.
yeah. So
I'm-
if you catch up to him and hold him, then I can also get over there and we can capture him because we both have rope
I will catch up to this person very quickly.
Yeah, and there are plenty of buildings for you to do so around here.
Yes.
So you do that.
Wait, I just remembered the fish. Can I assume at some point villain's name has been given?
Nope.
All right, never mind. So Ratman, can you send your bird after him?
Net, go. Find.
And net like books it, starts flying off.
What fake name did you give everyone? By the way, because again, Hiroki talks to your character enough that he always asks your name every time. At some point, you would have had to give him a fake name to get him to shut.
Okay, then he. How many times? That is a necessary requirement because, like, past 7, he would just be tired of it and just give you.
I've asked you at
Well-
7 in just today and yesterday alone.
Okay, yeah, you definitely know.
Oh, he would just give the real name?
I villain would just get tired of it.
Oh, okay. So everyone knows Villain's name because Hiroki's not a very quiet person either.
Yeah, so yeah, Ned is moving at 150 feet around, flying after this guy.
All right.
So just to make it, just for expediency's sake, Justin, you easily catch up with this person.
All right. I will attempt to grapple them.
With?
My hands?
Okay, I wasn't sure if you're using your bow or your
Yeah,
grappling
no.
hook or what.
All right. Attempt to grapple them with my hands.
All right, make me a grapple check.
Yep.
That's athletics, right?
Athletics.
That's not bad. So he's probably a slippery motherfucker. Oh, not slippery enough.
Nope.
All right.
Would you like to start tying him up?
Not. Yeah, I'll attempt to tie him up. Actually, can I this round? I guess.
Yeah, I'll
Well,
say
I
you
mean, we're
can.
technically not an initiative.
Yeah, you guys
Well,
you're not in initiative. This is all.
Well, okay. Well, then I'm going to restrain him and then, start
Tie him
to
up.
tie him up.
Yeah, like sit on him. If you sit on him, I doubt he can do anything about it.
Something like that. Yeah.
All right, so yeah, you restrained him.
Yep. Okay. And then I'll wait for everyone to get over here.
You're on top
Yeah.
of a roof right now.
How many of you
Yeah,
guys besides
I
me
will still
started to
wait
go
for
over?
everyone to get over him.
I get over there eventually, but I'm very exhausted.
Okay, so both of us get
Mhm.
over there. Oh, because you're a dwarf, so you have 25 moves.
Net and villain are there, but we're keeping a distance from the giant.
Okay, that makes sense. So you guys probably got there before, saw it go down, keep your distance, and then the people with normal move speed. So
What
Brooke
about
and me.
What about Azatha? What are you doing? Are you going after them
I
as well?
join. Yeah.
Okay.
Azatha? Is that your
Yeah.
name?
Yay.
And we're gonna
Okay. So
before you guys
Hiroki and
interrogate this
Azatha
guy-
have gotten there.
before you guys interrogate this guy, we're gonna cut to Anipe in the town.
Howdy nudie.
So you're in one of the pillars of Ka. Are you in the one with the statue is toppled over, or the one that's just heavily damaged?
The toppled one.
Okay,
I'll
so-
start there and then move to the other one.
All right. So make me an investigation check and tell me what you're looking for.
I'm looking for any like hints or signs. Like, can I tell how they were knocked over? Did anyone leave anything?
Magic.
Are there any like magic? Is there any did they leave any like a sign like a marking that said like, hey, this is the people who did this? Or is it just straight up a guerrilla run?
Okay, so you can't tell. You rolled a 2.
Jesus Christ. Can I mean, I know this place really well.
Yeah.
Could I also do maybe insight or history to see if there are any factions within
Insight, you can't
Azalucia?
really insight. You really can't insight a room. Like just
Well, I mean, more. Do I have an idea of who might have done this based on his
History
like
check.
history?
History or religion. I will allow both.
Can I do both? Because
Yes.
it is both.
I will allow you to do both. When I say this or this, you can roll both, and depending on which ones you succeed, I'll give you different information.
All right, 10
So
and then
history,
19.
you remember something, but it's like at the back of your mind, and you can't quite grasp it. Religion, though, you know that while Crescendia is often known as a kind and generous goddess, she feels deeply betrayed and vengeful against Ka for striking down her followers when she was trying to save them during the harsh times that Ka has put his people through.
Right. Okay, so I have a decent idea of who did this then.
Correct.
And then I'm gonna move to the
you have an
damaged
inkling of an
pillar
idea.
and try again on the investigation.
Yeah, go ahead. So this time you do see something. You see a drop of liquid. It's not water. It's mercury.
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 Mercury. Do I have any idea what they might have been using that for?
Make me an Arcana check.
No.
Yeah, no. Sorry.
All right, I'll just report my findings to the group. I'll be right back.
All right, so the rest of you, what are you guys doing?
I want to confront the guy who's being sat on and see if I can sense his emotions. Or actually, no, I want to sense thoughts, detect thoughts.
All right, are you gonna spend the spell slot?
Yes.
All right, make sure you're keeping track of your spell slots.
Yes. So the first one that I did was, what was it? Sensing magic.
Detect magic. You did that as a
Yeah.
ritual, so you don't need to deduct a spell slot.
Okay. So how do I deduct by hitting the like plus button?
The down arrow. So what level is detect thoughts? Detect thoughts is
Level 3, I think. Or no, it's 2.
level 2.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was level 3. You wouldn't have it until next level.
No, she has level 3 spells.
Yeah.
You? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. It's
Yeah, okay,
odd
so-
levels that you get it.
So you see under the level 2, there's this box right here. Or there's 2, and then there's 3, and then there's 3.
Mhm.
The second 3 is how many spell slots you currently have of that level.
Okay, so I'd put 2 there.
Yeah, you
right?
change that to 2.
Okay,
Right, I will
2.
be right back. I'm gonna use the restroom, and then cast click on the spell to put it in the chat box, and I'll see it and I'll react appropriately.
Holy crap.
Oh my.
That is a lot of words. I keep forgetting
It
that
took up the
detect
whole
thoughts
chat.
has so much because people think it can do what it can't. And then
Yeah.
people also think it can't do what it actually can.
So I can't detect any like sounds or smells or whatever through their thoughts,
No.
right?
However, you can detect what they are thinking about, not necessarily what exactly like words they are thinking. Just
Mm-hmm.
are they
Think about it
Thinking
as
about-
what they think, you also think. If that makes you can't
kind of
read their memory, but you know what they're thinking, right?
It,
That's-
kind of. You can actually start to get like a memory out of people if you dig deeper with them.
Well, you need to have them bring their memory to their surface thoughts. So you are thinking what they're thinking.
Which is what the save would be for. So you can detect their surface thoughts if you're not going to press deeper, but if you press deeper, they will have to make a save. Yeah, if it fails, if you probe deeper, the target must make a wisdom saving throw. If it fails, you gain insight to its reasoning, if any, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind, such as something it worries over, loves, or hates. So you can get a memory
back.
out of it, kind of. Like
Imagine
something that stands for what they are, if you dig deeper. But if you just cast it and don't dig deeper, then you basically think, are they thinking escape, escape? Are they thinking, oh shit, people are looking for me?
They're gonna
Stuff
catch
like
me
that.
and know what I did.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Surface thoughts. How'd this dwarf see me from 400 feet away?
So
I mean, he is on a roof, so he
his
can't be
surface
seen from
thoughts are
ground,
very
guys.
much, I have to escape. This is not good. Like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Do
oh
I
shit.
have to do
Before-
a check or no?
No, not yet. Before
Not
you
unless
attempt-
you decide to probe deeper. Again,
Before
so
you
you can
attempt to dig
choose to.
deeper, you should ask a question to try and bring things to the surface before you try to go deeper.
Yeah.
Like,
Because it does have a duration of 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask this person, what have you done? And then probe deeper.
so you ask.
I
the
wouldn't
question-
probe deeper yet. I wouldn't probe deeper
Oh,
yet.
what
What have
happened-
you done?
You ask what have you done?
Well,
How
yeah,
they-
let them respond.
What they think. Yeah, you let them think.
Let them think and respond, and then you probe deeper if it's an unsatisfactory answer.
Or ask more questions, depending. It's up to you.
It's only 1 minute. It's not 10 minutes.
Do you speak you wouldn't speak Azolution, would you? I don't think you do.
Language doesn't matter as long as it has intelligence.
Well, it's what he's saying back.
Mm. Well, one of us would speak it, right?
Not with a Nipe gone.
Yeah. Anipa's the only answer.
Okay, so he says something in Azolution, and you hear in your mind his surface thoughts are literally "fuck you."
That's when I would dig deeper if I were you.
Well, he said "fuck you," so I don't know if I
Just,
even if
okay.
I do.
Wait. So are they actively thinking "fuck you"? So they are trained to resist like thought detection.
That's not it. It's just that, like, if he's angry enough, that will be his primary thought.
Yeah, so if I probe deeper,
Okay.
then like, who's to say that won't he won't be strong enough to fight it? You know?
Okay, yeah.
Well,
So
again, that's something you don't know.
all right.
So, why
So
not try?
here, before you probe deeper, I need you to roll initiative. Azatha.
Initiative?
Is he tied up with ropes?
He is
At
tied up
this
with
point.
ropes.
Okay. Should we all roll
No,
initiative
this
since we're
is
being
Azatha
attentive to this?
specifically.
Okay.
Where does
Probably.
it say that?
So under your character sheet, go to core and click initiative. It's at the top, right next to your armor
It's at the
class.
top
Top
middle.
center.
Thing.
Yeah, top center. There you go. Okay, he rolled lower, so you go first
Okay,
anyway.
that's all I needed to
Boom.
know. That's all I needed to know. So, your action, what you're gonna do is you're gonna probe his mind, and then so you're probing his mind, right? He
Yes.
needs, what saving throw does he need to make?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
What's your save DC?
15. Her save DC is 15.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty high. You have a lot of charisma, don't you?
Yep. So he fails. And so so when you're probing deeper, what do you get when you probe deeper? The target, he failed.
You gain insight to its reasoning, if
His
any, its
reasoning-
emotional state.
Okay. So his emotional state is panic. his reasoning is he's like his reasoning is he's not going to be getting out of here. And the big concept that you get is
Something
It's
that
time for
looms
me to
large
die.
inside.
He's afraid to die?
it's time for me to die. I'm
Oh,
going to
he's gonna
sacrifice myself for the
He's
cause.
he's going to sacrifice himself so he doesn't have knowledge. You should yell, stop him.
So
Stop him!
what action is he
So
taking?
he's gonna kill himself?
If he believes it's time to die. So generally in times like this, when you interrogate someone and they think it's time to die, they will kill themselves
But
before
he's
they
being
can get
sat on.
interrogated.
How is he gonna kill himself?
We don't know. That's why we have to
Somebody
stop him.
grab his arms.
So I am sitting on him. He is restrained by ropes and by me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you shout, stop him.
All right.
He's.
Well,
I read his thoughts. He's planning on killing him.
Oh, okay, well, you only get one quick phrase before I react.
Yeah, you get one quick, which would
this case would have probably been stop him.
yeah.
Stop
It
him.
probably that's why I said yell stop him is
Okay.
because that's the most logical thing that anybody would yell in that scenario.
all right.
Well, I then, basically pick him up and slam him back into the ground.
Does that knock him out?
You
Are
said
trying to
stop
knock
him.
out?
Stop him.
I don't know what he's doing. I was just told to stop him. So
So
the
wait,
most
Justin,
log-
how exactly did you bind him?
I
Probably
basically
with,
I have just
the
wrapped
sides.
him. Yeah, I have wrapped him. I don't know what the correct word
Hog
is.
tie?
Sure.
Like his arms to his sides? Like tied it around his arms?
Yeah, it's tied around his arms. His arms are underneath the rope.
So wait, are his arms like in front of him or like behind him or at his sides?
Probably at his sides. I don't know. If it's unspecified, I
his
would assume at his sides.
Arms
But
and,
I would also assume if you're
legs are
sitting on
behind
someone.
him.
Arms and
Yeah.
legs behind him?
Yeah.
Oh, that would hurt if you were sitting.
Oh,
You'd probably
God.
like sprain his ankle.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not-
think that's
I'm
possible
not-
with you
I'm not-
sitting on him.
I'm not- okay.
Knees would be
Like,
popping.
If
like-
arms and legs are behind him, he's hog-tied.
Yeah, people are memeing about me sitting on him. I'm not literally sitting on him. I'm too big to sit on people.
Yeah.
That's fair. You would crush them.
Yeah.
So
Like I
you'd
have them
have to take the
pinned
weight.
to the ground, but his arms and legs are tied behind him.
Alright.
Is he laying face up?
When you're hog tied, are your wrists tied to your ankles?
Yes.
Yes, then yeah, it would be that.
Okay, so stop him was yelled, and he is tied up like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess then if he's tied up like that, I will grab him by the arms and ankles and just pick him up rather than slamming him. Which
Alright,
would
roll me a
be
D100.
incredibly
Call Heiser Lows and roll me a D100.
Lows.
Okay.
Nice.
So a small red bead rolls out of his robes.
You cut out.
A small
small-
red bead rolls out of his robes.
I pick
What
it up.
happens?
Oh, can I try to snatch it before anyone else?
Yeah.
Do I see
everyone-
this happen?
You're staying at a distance because of
You are-
Atali, remember?
You are
Point
off-
taken. Never mind.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do I see this happen?
No,
and-
you're currently investigating the pillars.
I'd like to mention that Villain has specifically said he's staying at a distance
Yeah.
because of Atali.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
who's picking it up?
100.
Who's picking it up? Is it
I'll pick it up.
Hiroki's picking it up.
I
Oh, never mind.
really want to pick it up though.
Make
step
me
back.
make me a dexterity check. Whoever's picking it up, make me a
Just a
dexterity
check?
Yes.
Just a check.
Okay.
All right. Can I step back?
Oh,
Nope.
that's not bad for having no dexterity.
Nope. Yeah, that's enough. It does not go off. Do
I
any-
ask the man, "What is this?"
Are you still reading thoughts, or are you like? Did you drop the
It's-
spell?
It hasn't been a
The
minute.
spell is only 1 minute.
It hasn't
isn't
been
it?
a minute yet.
Well, I'm
Oh.
asking, would your character in her panic have dropped the spell?
Yes.
Because like if you don't think your character would panic, then you can say no. Like,
I think that from his like suicidal thoughts, I would have started to panic a little bit, being afraid that we would lose our lead.
okay, so your in character reaction would be to like panic and drop the spell.
Yes.
Okay.
I like you. You're so realistic about this.
So yeah, so you don't have this spell anymore, and so he looks at you and he snarls. He looks up at you, Hiroki,
I
and he
laugh.
snarls.
Oh,
Do any of us know what that is?
Arcana checks, please.
Even by
Arcana.
me.
Hey, that's a really good arcana. All this reading at the monastery helps.
Yeah, what's up?
Even by me, even though I'm 20 feet away.
No.
Yeah, you can
Probably
make one.
All this reading at the monastery can
Nope.
help sometimes.
All
That's
right.
not good.
This is a bead of fireball.
Ah!
So you see Hiroki look at it closer, and then his eyes widen, and he goes, "I guess it's a good thing I caught this."
What is it?
Unfortunate was what it would have been.
Lots of fire damage.
This one appears to be very unstable. As like inside of it, as you're looking inside of it, normally you can just see like a core of fire. But
Yeah.
there appear to be cracks on the inside of this, so the fire is like skittering and fluttering inside of it.
oh no.
Where did
Okay.
this fall from exactly? Just inside the ropes?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is the center of the city, right?
Yes.
Because we're near the temple.
Yeah.
All right. How far is the wall of the city?
Quite a ways.
Can I-
You guys are in the dead
Can I get
center.
there with 60-foot dashing speed flying in a minute?
No.
No. Okay.
You are fairly
Can I-
close to the river, however.
Okay. Can I get there 60 foot? Just run.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll run
Because
to the
think about it,
river
the river bisects the city. The river goes right through
Yeah.
the city,
Okay.
and then this there's a little like peninsula that the temple.
And
is.
if we're in the center of the city, then we'll be really close to
Yeah.
the river.
Well, the temple runs right along the river. The river runs right along the temple.
Yeah.
The temple's on the temple's on a peninsula that kind of juts out into the river.
Yeah. So I'm gonna run to the river and chuck it in the water.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, there's this huge detonation as a fireball goes off.
Do I see like a mini geyser come up?
Yeah, and well, like you guys are close enough. You feel like the ground shake just a little bit.
Well,
I'm gonna slam him into the ground. Actually, no, I'm gonna drop him.
That would not be a good idea. What if he has
Yeah.
more?
I'm still dropping him.
They
Off
crouch down
the
and look him
roof?
in the.
No. I'm still dropping him over. I drop him from 6 feet up.
He gets the wind knocked out of him.
Yeah, that's all. I'm just not holding him out anymore.
Well, with that, I'm gonna crouch down to the dude, look him in the face, and say, "That would hurt a lot, wouldn't it?" And Hardy.
All right, so I'll come back, kind of sweat dripping off of like his forehead, like holy shit, man. And I go, took care of it.
Nice.
Now we're gonna cut to Anipe. As you're walking out of like the temple to go find your comrades, you see Hiroki run past and chuck this bead into the river. And about a second after, you hear this big explosion as like a fireball detonates in the river.
How close am I to Hiroki?
400 feet away. That's how far the temple was, right?
That was how far the temple
Well-
was from the person from the bird.
500 feet
Yeah.
away.
Well, no, you're because the temple's right along the river. You're about 200 feet away.
Oh.
I walk over and I slap Hiroki really hard right across the face.
He responds with, better in the water than in the city.
Across the river. Do not disrespect
That's
my river.
also city.
Yeah,
Hold
across
on.
the river
Yeah,
is
that's
also
also
the
city.
city.
You know that.
Yeah, I'm still pissed that you blew up the fucking river.
He had a bead of fireball. What
Yes.
else was I supposed to do? It was unstable and it was going to go off.
Eat it.
You still chucked it into my river.
And kill hundreds when I probably only killed 10 fish, which I will apologize for later.
Aren't fireballs not that sidebar? Aren't fireballs not that big?
20
They're
foot
pretty big.
radius.
They're 20 feet radius. And if it's underwater, water doesn't compress.
Well, I don't know about hundreds of people.
He's
You
exaggerating.
may have done.
He also doesn't know what level of fireball, because the higher the level, the more damage it will do.
True.
You may have technically done the right thing, but I'm still not happy with the way that my poor river was.
At this point, he's just glad to be alive.
Yeah, I'm still miffed, but
He's glad to be alive and that the lead is still alive. He goes,
Yeah, so you guys
he might have something to do with this.
you guys walk back and you guys climb up onto the roof and the guy's like on the floor hogtied still.
how like does he look particularly beat up or anything?
No, not yet.
Yeah, a little bit. He was grappled, tied up.
He was
and-
grappled. He hasn't taken Demiglios yet though.
But he was like, actually, yeah, that's fair. He wasn't slammed into the ground anymore.
He's scruffed up.
He's scruffed up a little.
I punt him.
Off of the roof.
No, I just like full force kick to the ribs.
Okay.
I am fucking living.
I go, hey, what if he has more of those beats?
It already happened.
Okay, so roll
Yeah, which is
damage.
why he does that afterwards.
Roll damage.
Wait, how do I do that on this?
Unarmed strike.
It's a D4, right?
You're level
You're a
5.
fucking
It's more
monk.
than a D4.
He's a monk.
Do I have unarmed strike on here? Or is it?
Skylar, you should have made an attack. It's a D6 right now.
Oh, I have to make an attack.
Yeah.
I'll just roll a d6 and then I'll figure that out.
1d6 plus your dexterity.
So
That'd be
his
4, so it's a 10.
yeah. Oh shit, you have hella dex.
Yeah, so he you hear him grunt, and he looks up at you and he spits at you.
I say some very, very obscene things.
He
in
responds with
Absolution.
just as obscene things.
We have an understanding. I'm good with this interaction.
Oh, do you? Okay, never mind.
He kind of raises his brow at you and the guy, not knowing what was just said, but like, okay. And then Hiroki will pat down the man to make sure that he doesn't have any more of the dangerous beads on him, as well as like have any, what do you call it, damning evidence on him.
He has no beads. The bird has already flown away. Skylar, what the fuck is that?
I tried making,
Did anybody?
I
Okay,
tried
did
making an attack.
Adric? Do you tell us about the bird or not? Because if you do tell us, if you do remember about the bird, that might change how we do this investigation.
Inipe, he had a bird with him. Can you ask him what it was?
Wait, he had a bird with him?
Yeah, he let go of a bird right before we started chasing.
Yeah. I'll ask in Absolution very clearly.
Wait. Before you do that though, wouldn't it be nice to have some of the same Azatha's mind reading bit?
Oh yeah, do that.
Okay. So I'll take another one off for that. I only have one left.
Yeah, sounds right. All right.
Okay.
So, what are you asking him?
I'm asking him.
We were asking Anipe to ask the questions, but you still read his mind.
Okay.
So I'll ask in Azolution. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of this already, but who are you? Where are you from? Why are you attacking? And who are you working with?
So he says this, and he also thinks this. So you both of you get an idea of this. And he goes, "We are the children of the moon. The sun may have given us life, but the moon makes it worth living." And with that, you guys hear a pop, and you guys see him spit out one of his teeth.
One of his
His
teeth?
What?
One of his
Bye.
Oh, god damn.
So he had a pill the entire time. Wait, that's why I said I wanted to pat him down to make sure he had anything.
Yeah, did you
That
do cavity
includes that.
search?
Yeah, you should have.
His mouth
Stuck your
probably.
fingers in his mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I probably
well-
would have done his mouth, not necessarily like his ass.
Okay,
Emma,
yeah, what he did was he
it's literally one
split
of his
open one of his teeth.
Oh. So he spits out a tooth. Okay.
Yeah, like a tooth that's been like split in half.
Cyanide.
It's basically a spy's way out.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it hurt me to these thoughts while they die?
It'd be traumatic, but it doesn't like cause you damage.
Okay. I've been traumatized.
So when he spits out his teeth, you can still choose to drop concentration.
Yeah.
Would I know to do that though?
Probably.
I'd probably just be confused why he just spit out a tooth. I don't have that
That's
much
fair.
intelligence.
That's fair. And it's not like movies are a thing in D&D.
Yeah. So,
So you're traumatized, effectively.
well, actually, when he dies, the spell wears off anyways. So,
But
yeah,
like the
he-
moment
he
leading to
dies.
his death.
he dies. He chooses to fail his Constitution saving throw and dies.
Wait, on a what do you call it?
What?
On that, wouldn't he think about something worthwhile in his life
Ooh, yeah, right.
during
Right.
death?
Yeah, he was talking. He
Moonchild.
told you guys about him being like one of the children of the moon.
That's fair, but
But he doesn't have anybody.
for
he-
roleplay reasons, what would he be thinking? For the moon.
His farm.
What about
be
his
thinking of his
family?
He would be thinking of his farm and his time. Well, he's a young man. He doesn't have a family.
No, I mean, like, who doesn't? Does he not have a father? Is he adopted
Well,
by the
no,
moon
he's
people?
what he thinks of is he thinks of the
that he knows of properly.
what you would get is like an image of him as a boy, like being told stories by his father,
Hmm. I'm
sitting
traumatized
along
for
the
sure
river
now.
fishing.
Traumatized for sure. It's not necessarily something you have to share with the rest of the party. I was just curious because
I
dying
just start
moments.
bawling.
RP. David, you got to give me RP.
I just start crying.
I'm gonna nudge him and make sure he's not moving anymore. Well, I don't think we're doing
Hiroki
anything now
goes
with him.
to comfort Azatha, apologizes, and thanks her so much for what she did, and that she can tell what happened later. It that feels better.
Anything with kids messes me up.
So
I can't
that
stand
that
when
is
kids
that
get
is-
hurt.
Like
Fuck kids.
same.
I mean, don't
Like-
don't fuck kids, but fuck kids.
don't, but fuck.
Okay. So the proper phrasing is "fuck them kids."
No,
No,
that's
that still can be implied other way around.
no, it's definitely fuck kids. I mean, don't fuck kids, but fuck kids.
So what
As
do
you
you,
do.
so what do you guys do now?
Well, should we take his body with us?
I go check
Throw-
on
throw it
Street
in the river.
Performer. Or I go check on Snake Charmer.
He's fine.
After, like, if she tells about the moon, I'm just saying, like, afterwards, I go check on Street or Snake Charmer and ask him questions on, like, any, like, random factions that just hate Ka.
And he looks you up and down and he goes, "Why are you asking? These are not questions that you should go around asking. And more importantly, these are not questions I should go around answering. Bad for business, bad for my health. You know."
Hiroki goes, understandable, but you see, I just have to know. It's so interesting to me, and I can't trust anyone else in this.
Persuasion check at
this.
disadvantage.
Yeah. So he's playing on everyone here loves Ka, and he can't trust himself to ask anyone else, because if he asks these questions, he might just get killed right there, then and there. Disadvantage 22.
That's persuasion. Persuasion, not
Oh,
performance.
persuasion. It's the same bonus.
Alright,
Do you
so
care?
he looks you up and down and he goes, "Alright. There are some worshippers. There are still some people who worship Crescendia. Most of them in private. Some are more radical than others. Some of them think that Ka in the days of old was unfair and unjust. There are those who seek to right those wrongs.
Do you know where they hang out? I mean, I don't want to be like caught out there and sucked into this whole mess, but I'm still curious.
Most of them do not live in the city.
Is that all he like gives? Because
Yeah,
I asked.
that's all he gives, and he goes,
Okay.
I am not comfortable saying more than that. is
Fair
as much as
enough.
I
I'm
will
not
tell
going to
you.
put you in harm's way. You're like the best, and I owe you one for like teaching me about the Pungi and
And
everything.
he says, keep practicing, you will get better.
Thank you. I have been keeping up, and I'd be super excited to come back one day and be like, yo, look.
He smiles and he goes, good day. I'm going to get back to my business.
Hiroki nods, and then continues to tell everyone else about his findings after he leaves.
Okay, yeah. Alright, so what are the rest of you doing?
We should bring the body with us.
I'm hanging out
Just
with
truck it
body.
along.
I mean, the Tali can carry him.
I could. Am I going to carry a body for you? No.
We should probably tell Tarval about all this. Just putting it out there.
Bring the
Well-
body back to him.
Tali, this body could be your key out of potential death.
I mean, okay, drag it. Like, I'm still not carrying a body for you. Even
Would
if
it be
it's
worth it?
the key to my absolvement.
It's absolution.
Yeah.
Okay.
The key to your absolution.
Would it be worth
I
it to bring
am
the
still
body
not
back to
carrying a body
Tarval?
around. I think
Potentially, because they might have better ways of invest than we
Well,
do.
I mean, he or his clerics could probably resurrect the guy, but
Yeah, and then he doesn't have a cyanide pill to kill himself that time.
The question
But also,
is-
that guy has to be willing to come back for those spells.
Yeah,
Fair.
you also have to spend quite a bit of gold to do that.
well, I mean, it was an attack on the capital's temple.
I'm
and
pretty sure
they
they'd be
made
willing
the
to
body
expend a good amount of their budget.
Also,
More
it has
likely
to-
they'd use the spell Speak with
Actually-
Dead.
I can't res that person. I'd have to prepare a spell, and I can only res something that's died in the past minute.
Hmm.
Also, I need 300 gold worth of diamonds.
Somehow, I don't think we have that.
Yeah, we don't have that, but they might. They might have ways of dealing with it, as well
How
as
did you get back up?
there's also speak, like that's a spell
Yeah.
that some clerics might be able to have.
Well, any cleric can have a spell if they have the time to prepare it.
Womp womp.
But anyway, we should probably give Tarval an update.
So do you guys go do that?
Sure.
Take the
Sounds
body
good.
with us.
So you guys find him sitting at like one of the grand palaces. He's talking with some people and he sees you and he walks over to you. What do you guys say? I hope you have good news for me, friends. Today has
And
been
bad
full
news.
of bad news.
Good news and bad news. We have a lead. That's the good news.
Do you want to share it with me, or do you think it would be safer to keep it in your own hands? I assume you want to share it.
I think it might be worth sharing. Are you aware of the movements of an underground movement that worships
Are you familiar with the
Crescendia
cult of the moon?
while hating Ka?
He says, yes, I am in fact familiar. They have tried many times in the past to cause uproars and cause trouble.
Based
Are you
on
telling me they're the
Azatha's-
ones behind this?
Based on Azatha's questioning of this man who was seen suspiciously running from
So
the
who's
scene.
carrying the body?
I was dragging him. behind me.
Probably. Oh, I thought probably Atali because she's
No.
a Goliath.
Atali refused to carry it, so I dragged.
Oh, so he's probably like beaten down. Thanks to Azatha's thought reading spells, we were able to ascertain that this man thinks of the moon, in which I can only think of Crescendia in this case. So I went digging around.
He sighs and goes, that is troublesome. We do not have we do not have the resources to go after them. The cult of the moon. So you see, this time of year is when the harvest occurs. And when the harvest occurs, the raiders come. So we send many of our troops out to defend the farmlands. So there are not enough guards here to mount an expedition to go out into the hills and into the dunes of the desert and find these people.
Wait, so
Much
you know
less-
where these cultists stay?
They generally hide in the hills, in the caves in the sand, out north of the city.
Wait, I just thought of something because of the imagery of having an owl as well as like his pungi that is rather lunar decorated. This might actually be a great infiltration thing.
He goes, we do not have the men or the resources to spare. If you all, I hesitate to ask, but if you all can go out and gather what information you can, maybe I can recall enough forces to deal with them, but I do not have the resources to mount a scouting expedition.
I say we do it. I am happy to get back at these people for destroying such a beautiful town.
Nipe has incentive, which by side mark makes Hiroki have incentive, but do you guys have incentive? You can also ask for incentive being money.
They destroyed that beautiful craftsmanship. I'll
I mean,
join.
he
them.
already offered you guys money. He said you would be rewarded handsomely for any help you provide.
Oh, yes, okay. So I already did. So I guess looking to the rest of my party members, you guys. What do you say we go infiltrate a cult?
Mm.
Yee.
Fine by me.
All right. We're gonna take a 5-minute break here because I really need to use the restroom and get some more water.
Okay.
I too shall be back.
Am I dumb, or did Villain's bird fly away at one point to go chase down that guy, and we never knew what happened to Villain's bird again?
He
after
comes
that?
back. He comes back.
Okay.
He's a trained bird. He's
He's
a
like
trained.
automatically.
Yep.
He's
villain
a
purchased
good
companion.
bird to villain.
The bird left to get some cigarettes and never came back.
I feel like the crow or raven is like low key bigger than Villain.
Excuse me.
That would be funny.
How tall are you
Net-
for like a rat man?
I'm 4 feet tall.
4 feet? What? That's terrifying.
A 4-foot rat. Well, it's also hard to tell that.
Ratman, Catman, do.
His nose protrudes out a little bit, but you assume that he's. Usually, tieflings are also frowned upon in like societies.
But not as much as Skaven.
Yeah, not as much as Skaven, not near as much.
Yeah.
So you would probably have an understanding that he doesn't want to reveal what type of humanoid he is.
See, I just think of
Mm.
Twitch whenever I think of villain.
Girl,
Yeah,
why are you
he's pretty much
choking? You
Twitch.
nasty.
He would give you the heebie-jeebies, but other than that, you probably wouldn't press because you're a tiefling and you can kind of relate.
Heebity-biddy-biddy-biddies.
Girl,
Big ass rat,
are you
dude.
gonna throw up or? My cat is being so weird.
This is villain.
Oh no!
That's not Villain.
Are you
but-
legit throwing up right now?
I've
This is how I see
seen
villain.
I've seen a cat puke as well as someone clean up that cat puke. That is not a fun
Do you
time.
want to go outside and do it? Because it's raining. It'll wash it. You go outside? Go? Go outside. Get out of my house.
Puke outside.
No, why are you running back up the stairs? Come
But on thought.
She said, I don't care about throwing up in the house. I care more about the rain. You're hacking?
Aw.
Girl. If you throw up on my carpet. Don't look at me like that. The fuck? Come here. Come here.
All right, I'm back. Is everyone back?
I think somebody else went to the restroom.
All right, I
I
think
believe
it's
Justin did.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Which? Oh, you're here.
All right, so yeah, so you all are mounting out to go into the desert.
At the direction of where.
North. Heading north.
Yeah. Basically, we get details from Tarval where these moon lovers like to hang out. At this point also-
what he tells you is they often hang out north and then they move around a lot. They're nomadic.
So
Before
Hiroki
we-
is gonna, what do you call it? Go back to his Limkarian dress, which is usually have like a lot of owl filigree and stuff. So, and he'll try and find like a trinket in the market before leaving of like the moon, basically.
Okay.
We'll find a trinket in the market that's like, I don't know, like a lunar amulet that he could wear around his neck.
Easily done.
Okay,
We'll say 2 silver pieces for that.
perfect.
For like a really nice one.
Yeah, he'll get a really nice one. Because, I mean, like, he actually likes the story of Crescendia, but also at the same time, like, this is for an infiltration mission.
Yeah. And as a follower of Merit, I'm actually fairly sympathetic to the plight of Crescendia. However, this is not the way that you want
this
to
is, yeah, this
that
isn't
kind of thing.
acceptable.
Yeah.
Does anybody else
these
like to
people
work
are radicalists.
From it? Yeah, does anybody else want to work on a disguise? It's super easy for Hiroki because of all his owl filigree and stuff, and he explains to you, like, a little bit that she's usually represented in this land as with like owl stuff. In his land, it represents something different, but here it's for the moon and stuff.
I switch out my masks from my normal mask to the Crescendia mask.
Oh God!
Would I be able
Oh
to
God!
use would I be able to use stealth to disguise myself?
No, not stealth is more like hiding in the shadows.
Actually, also, I think it's been an hour, and I think Villain is familiar with whatever mask he has.
The mask wasn't magical.
I just sensed a ring.
Yeah, the ring was magic.
Oh, that's right.
Which
Not the
leads
mask.
to my business.
Oh, so you're probably trying to find a way to get the ring.
No, I told you that the whole reason I was cooperating was to reobtain the hand and the rings. Namely the rings. But I was trying to get my hand, wink wink, back on him.
God damn it.
So Justin, what
I
is
mean,
the
how do
purpose
you
for
go
trying to
about
get
it?
the? What is your purpose for trying to get the rings? Or the
I'm
hand?
trying to use it well, it's the rings in particular. The hand's a little bit of a slap in the face. No, but like
All right, if these hand puns don't stop, I might stab myself.
no, but specifically it's to return the rings as a show of good faith to the family in an attempt to reclaim my spear. Like, I have no quarrel with you. Just like
Who
here,
has Derek's journal?
Darren's journal, Hiroki
Darren's
does.
Okay.
I don't know about this journal.
Oh, okay. There we
Yeah,
go.
he doesn't know about the journal. Because I haven't. But after the spear thing, he might tell. Is there anything about the spear in the journal?
Have you read it?
I mean, it's a long journey, I presume, to the northern ends of the desert.
Oh, okay. So yeah, what you read is like you read like notes,
Wait,
and
have
these
we,
are
have we already left? Because I was trying to get the rings before we left.
Okay.
okay. Then we'll hold off on that. Okay, so
Yeah, we'll hold off on that.
So what's this interaction look like?
Well, I'm talking to Hiroki because I'm not supposed to approach Vilm. Like, hey, I cooperated. Get me my hand. And the rings.
Hiroki then nods and he goes, I think I have something that I might be able to work on while we go do this mission.
That's not what we agreed to.
He also, like, kind of with a, what do you call it? I guess the word is not amused face goes, but you also know how slippery Villain is, and if he leaves, there goes your hand in rings.
He's in my sight right now. He's not escaping this time.
He goes, fine, I will ask him. Does that satisfy you? Because, I mean, he can't just talk to you and then immediately go turn to Villain and be like, yo, so this guy says you got something that he wants. So does that satisfy you?
Sure.
Okay, so Hiroki will go ask
But,
Villain.
yeah, you do need to ask him before we leave this area.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does this interaction look like then?
All right, so Hiroki's gone up to Villain and he goes, by the way, whatever did happen to that hand in rings?
Yeah, rings, yes. Turn in hand and rings to
Vec, right?
Hey, Yeah, but
He
he
wouldn't
just
say that.
pauses for a second, just like, turn in rings to,
Bounty office.
Money. yes.
So he doesn't say that it's back because that would be like a betrayal straight out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, but you do hint enough at it being like a Skaven thing, correct?
I turn rings into money. Yes, yes.
Okay, so Hiroki nods and then he'll go back to Itali. Says to Itali, that hand in rings is somewhere in the Skaven tunnels. And I don't think Villain even knows where they went at this point. Your own new personal side quest.
Hmm.
And then Hiroki goes, you know, you might want to befriend Villain so that you can get that back. Because he was probably your only connection to the Skaven. Just putting that.
That is fair.
Whatever. Well, I'll think about it.
All right.
I am not amused, as you put it.
But are you willing to cooperate with the rest of the journey for now?
Yes.
Okay.
As of this moment.
Yay, so Hiroki can read that journal.
All right. So this is your I'm gonna say because you guys are getting ready to head out into the desert, right?
Yeet.
I need you guys. This is important. I need you guys to make a list of supplies that you are buying.
I have a
How
question.
comprehensive do you want this list?
It's
to
a
be?
desert.
This
We're
is
traveling
going into
to
the
the northern desert.
survival-esque part of dealing with stuff. So I would
Um,
like you guys. Okay, so
Well, Nipe here would know the most about what we need to get through the desert.
I made just a new tab called Survival Equipment. A new channel in the Discord. I would like you all to put out what you guys are buying, and I will total up the approximate cost and give you guys a gold cost.
Can I go to the
How long
Skaven
of a
Underground
trip
to
is
try to get the better prices?
You guys don't know how long you'll be in the desert.
Nipe wouldn't know.
Anipe doesn't know precisely where they are. You guys are going to be out there searching for them.
Would I be able to go to the Skaven Underground to try to get some exotic goods?
Make a list of what you're looking for, and Nick, if you want explicitly something from the... Are you going to the Skaven Weaponsmith? Is that what you're asking about?
Well, also, the Skaven have magical wares that could be for, like, holding food
That
and
is
water.
I was gonna say water barrels are probably better than water skins.
true. And keep in
Because
mind,
water
you guys can-
barrels hold certain amounts of water skins.
You guys can also go... You guys can also, like, buy, like, a mount or, like, a cart. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be.
Camel.
Well, I'm gonna be relying on everyone else.
Yeah,
to
but
have more
camels are
money.
more expensive than donkeys or mules.
Yeah, donkeys.
Camels are also not going to
Yeah.
drink as much water.
Yeah.
They're just better, and donkeys.
That's why I put or camel. It really depends because we also are working with a limited budget.
So
So,
how long do D&D sessions usually go?
Yeah, camels are 50 gold pieces.
If you have something to do, we can go ahead and wrap it up.
Do you have something to do, Brooke?
No, I don't have anything to do. I'm just like
Are you getting
yeah.
tired?
a little bit. I went to sleep at 7 last night.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no worries.
If you
Yeah.
guys want, we can wrap it up like before you guys go into the desert.
Yeah,
We can
that
wrap
would
it up-
probably be
we can wrap it up here. Let you guys make a list of stuff over the next week, and we can pick this up next week.
yeah.
Oh,
That sounds
you
good.
guys do
Alright.
this once a week?
Yeah.
So yeah. And usually we go for a while, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it, we go for way
Well,
longer.
last
We go for
weekend
longer
was
than
something
normal.
special because we were trying to work out kinks between the party cohesion and stuff.
Normally sessions last anywhere between like 5 and 7 hours for us, at least.
From 6 p.m.?
Normally we
Yeah.
start earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just started at 7:30 because
We were making
there
a
was
character.
Clash earlier.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah,
were making
yeah.
a character. Alright. Alright, yeah, you guys make your list of stuff you guys want. Alright. With that, yeah. Good session, guys. Nice to meet you, Brooke. Good to have you play with us.
Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
With
I'll
that,
be
I will
teaching-
consider this session done.